Hi, good afternoon. I hope you are well. Welcome to another episode of our Masterclass Sport Psychology, Building Psychological Resilience. Our model for building psychological resilience consists of 6 different steps. In the previous episodes, we have talked about S, search for meaning, T, taking care of the basics, and R, recharging your batteries. So in this episode, we will talk about O, overcome your fears. Just like the previous episodes, we will work in different steps. We will start by offering a number of insights from research, present a framework on managing concerns, managing fears, managing emotions. Then we will offer a practical exercise, something you can try out straight away. We will illustrate with an example of our sports psychology practice here in Belgium, the case of a female judo fighter. And then we'll ask you to do a self-assessment. Where are you with regards to this area of resilience, overcoming your fears? And finally, we will wrap up with a challenge, an action plan, and an exercise to do for the next week. As we said earlier, it is typically human to focus on negative emotions. In a situation of crisis, there are many negative emotions. We can feel anxious, we can feel frustrated, angry, fearful. But it is important to make the distinction between the emotion and ourselves. You are not your emotion. Although we say, I am angry, I am worried, I am concerned, in reality, it is part of you that is angry. So try to notice the emotion. Try to put a label on the emotion. Try to say to yourself, I am noticing that I'm feeling angry. Part of me is angry. I notice an emotion that is anger. With this, you create some distance. You don't let yourself be absorbed by the emotion or be overwhelmed by the emotion. What you do is you create a pause between the situation and a possible reaction. And it is this pause that makes a world of difference. In this pause, you can take a step back and reflect. So treat your concerns and fears with curiosity and compassion. They are part of you. Accept them, but don't let yourself be overwhelmed or consumed by these fears. Now, we can train our brain to take this pause and give ourselves the opportunity to put a label on this emotion. In the next exercise, we're going to introduce a way to train your brain. This is a braking exercise, an exercise to improve the braking system in our brain. So to try and override our automatic response or automatic impulse. So in the following screen, you will see a series of words printed in different colors. And your job is to say the color you see and not to read the word. Do this as quickly as possible. So read the words aloud. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. That's the end. How did that go? Not so easy at first. Your brain is being challenged. You are overriding the automatic impulse of reading the word. So you're training your brain. Here's the second exercise. In the following screen, you will see a series of boxes with a single word. Your job is to describe where the word is positioned: top, bottom, left, or right of the box. You have 15 seconds. Here we go. How did you do on the test? Not so easy, right? Your brain has a natural reflex to read the word, and you need to override this natural reflex. So it takes time and it takes practice. But if you do this for a couple of minutes every day, you will soon become much better at it. You can practice your brain, you can train your brain, make new connections. Another way to train our brain is to focus on the positive emotions. Because our brain tends to look for negatives, tends to look for what is not right, something that is out of the ordinary. So we need to train our brain to focus on the positives. And even in a very difficult situation, a stressful period, a crisis even, there are still some positives to be noticed. One way to do this is to keep a journal. Keep a diary of positive situations that you encountered. Take a moment at the end of a busy day, especially when it has been very stressful. Take some time to sit down, write down 5 or 6 positive emotions, and try to identify the situation that triggered that kind of emotion. When you build a habit of doing this, you will notice that your brain will be much more aware of positive situations during the day. And after a number of days, it will be much easier to remember these positive emotions. So in this way, we are training our brain. We are training the braking system of our brain, and we are training to focus on the positives. One of my athletes here in Belgium is a female judo fighter, and she used to let her doubts and negative emotions overwhelm her, especially the day before a major tournament. So we worked hard together to build a plan, and we made a diary with positive emotions to help her regain confidence and focus. She focused on 3 positive emotions: amusement, surprise, and pride. So when she was finding herself in a tournament in South America, for example, the day before the tournament, she went out for a walk in the city and, for example, saw children playing in the street. That made her smile. That was a positive situation. And then remembering that she was there to fight a world ranking tournament made her feel proud. Another positive emotion. And the third feeling was being inspired. Walking around and seeing beautiful architecture is something that generated also positive energy. So with these 3 positive emotions, she could focus on, and instead of worrying about the tournament the next day, she could feel positive and confident. So what about you? Where are you today? What is your current level of resilience? When we talk about overcoming your fears, managing your emotions, your negative emotions, would you say you're at the very beginning of training your brain like this? Or would you say you're already pretty experienced and give yourself higher scores like 7 or 8? Make a good assessment. Make an honest assessment of your level of resilience today. So to end our episode today, we will leave you with a challenge. I would like you to book 15 minutes in your schedule this evening to make a checklist of positive emotions. Write down 5 positive emotions like feeling hopeful, feeling proud, feeling amused, feeling inspired, and then look for the moments in your day where you experienced that emotion. Write down what happened and what you felt. Close your eyes, relive the experience, visualize the experience to the best of your abilities. Repeat this exercise every evening this week and for the coming 4 weeks. Good luck! This is the end of episode 4. Overcome your fears. See you next week.